sometimes that does relieve the adrenals. There's no question, but not all the time. Sometimes the adrenals are chronically weak. And God set souls in these weaknesses with emotional weaknesses. So why? So you have the opportunity to strengthen yourself up. So yes, 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 but you have to get into the physical part of this and clean yourself up there. That's Worms Part 2. Super Patty Lynn. Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to share this tidbit. Last night I was reading from a book I hadn't looked for in years. Oh, yeah. Promotes natural healing. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, about the grapes. Absolutely. 303. Absolutely. You know, if you look back, and you guys are knowing what to look for now, you look back, you will see this in places you didn't see them before. And I think that's cool. You guys are really, I just love you all. You're just really good. I was told by a cardiologist that, we went over this, cardiologists should not fast because it would stress my heart. This is a lot of love. Alona Lotta. You know what? I just disagree with that totally. But, however, I do like fruits and berries and melons as a form of fasting because it's balanced. It's nutritive. It's healthy. It's powerful. It's astringent. It's good for you. It enhances and cleans. So I like that better than water fasting. I do. But if you have heart problems, those are the only foods you should be having because you surely wouldn't want to do the proteins. Protein and heart trouble has always been linked. All these links have always been there. Cardiologists have always ignored them. I spent time in a lot of cardiac work, and I used to ask some of these cardiologists, why do you recommend meat eating when you know the link? They don't care. What do they care? You're a business machine. I think I talked about this yesterday. The holy, I'm curious to why is that your name, my friend? I look at, is this your picture? You look like a good person. You need to love yourself more. I really feel you're a really good soul there, and you call yourself the holy ass, but and you deal with the IBS. I could see that, but keep in mind we talked about the acids in the wall, so. Get in there and you have a hernia tangled up in the small bowels and also has 3 tight strictures where nothing can pass through the small bowels at all. I wasn't too sure what to tell the person and they didn't believe that herbs would help whatsoever. Brandon. Well, Brandon, you know what? Some people are in a whole bunch of trouble, aren't they? And some people don't understand why would you use herbs. Well, first of all, let's go to the hernia. Obviously, there's acidosis present to create a connective tissue depletion, which is a calcium depletion within the connective tissue to herniate the tissue. Now, they could have a parathyroid weakness, but you would always work with the parathyroid. Either they keep that bowel open and have stools, or they get clipped. When you start clipping the small bowel, you start clipping your absorption, and this is gastric bypasses. No one should. I understand the need of gastric bypass. I see some of these people. We have a 700-pound man here that wanted to do a gastric bypass, and he brought me in his paperwork from his gastroenterologist. And literally, they reduced the stomach down to 1/3 of its size, and then they bypass almost the entire small bowel. Basically, they starve you to death because very little absorption of nutrients takes place in the distal end of the small bowel, the jejunum, and then into the ileal area and into the cecum and into the ascending colon. You don't have a lot of nutrition going in. Some trace elements. Most of those babies are absorbed in the upper part of the 22-foot of small bowel. And to bypass that, starving the patient. And if you look at the befores and afters and hear their stories, Their literally health is falling apart because they have very little absorption of nutrients. What are those guys thinking? So this person is obviously in trouble. So you would use herbs to keep that bowel open, keep moving stool through. This is why you would only have a fruit diet. You wouldn't want to put anything coarse like meat fiber and all that crap into the bowels, not even vegetable fiber. You would want nice electrical fruit fiber. At the same time, you're going to get after those kidneys and adrenals because you know that in the wall of the bowel, in the wall is where the problem is. That's the lymph system, and that's going to chew up that bowel wall. So absolutely, Brandon, you're a good man to try to help this person, and you just you can turn them on to this site here and this video, but they've got to get this bowel opened up. If they can keep it open through bowel herbs, not laxatives, because this will really make it shut tight later, but nice gentle bowel formulas like ours, and get this open. And keep moving that lymph, get those kidneys and adrenals, and work on that lymph system. And keep moving that lymph. All that swelling, all that strictures will start opening up for them, especially while you're going after the parathyroid simultaneously. And then everything will start strengthening. Their hernia will start reducing. If not, I'm sure they'll have to have surgery. Let's see. This is following the grape juice fast, taking the herbs. This is Rio 80. Got some vulva problems. Developed a rash under the skin. And I have blood in my nose. When I started with this, I had a very bad sinus infection. Well, this just tells me, sweetheart, that your lymph system's backed up head to toe. And you just really got to get that out of there. Anything vaginal, it's just location, honey. And this is a kidney filtration problem with the adrenals. It comes back to that. That's how simple this is. This lymph system that we're talking about is all in the female parts, all in the male parts. It's all through the person. So you're just seeing that you're kind of involved head to toe, and you need to get that out of there. I put antibiotics, and guess what I got? Yeah. Well, you know what? You've got a lot of lymph stagnation in the vaginal area there, and you just have to clean all that out, and that's all the kidneys there, and you'll get all that cleaned out. You're in constant pain for 4 years. Oh, honey, definitely douche with Hill All Tea. I think you're already doing that. But yeah, you would definitely douche with that Hill All Tea, and at least once a night. And start cleaning it that way, and at the same time that'll absorb through the tissues into the kidneys and bladder, and that'll help that. And then also go after your kidneys and your adrenal glands, and then start moving your lymph system. Clean up the bowels too, because that could help drain this sinus area that you've got, and you'll be in good shape. But good work on yourself. You'll keep getting that, and you want to make sure all that's out of you. And that goes for people with herpes and anything else that you're dealing with. Detox. Isn't it cool how detoxification is that golden key? That golden key. Always. The end result is the remedy, is the light at the end of the tunnel, is the cure, is the wellness, is the vitality. Now, listen, I want to thank you, Open Eyes and Arms. Thank you. Appreciate your comment from my heart. It does. Appreciate that. Lemonade. Trying to deworm. I've been taking it. Not everybody has worms, sweetheart. If you don't see any worms within the first 2 weeks, we figure you don't have them. And some might, and they're just tough to get out, like tapeworms and stuff. But still, if you don't see them in about 2 weeks or pieces of them, chances are you don't have them. Microbes, a whole different world. You did the douche with the Hill All Tea, worked it well, fantastic. Good. Yeah, you got it, hon. That's what you do. You just keep doing the do. You guys are good healers. I'm proud of you. Look at how many people are suffering with no remedy, and you guys are learning the remedy, and pretty soon there are going to be a lot of less suffering people out there. And then we can all sit around and have something chocolate. I mean carob. Yeah. Here's about on worms. Hello, I went to see a local iridologist sclerologist. I was disappointed that she said she saw a worm that was hooked at my heart and one in the pelvic area. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. The only time I've seen a parasite in the eye is when I actually took a picture and we saw a worm, a translucent worm, flowing through the sclera. That was a neat picture. But in terms of seeing, that's German iridology, who thinks they can see every little thing in the eye. And maybe, but I can tell you that don't get disappointed. If you don't see these things coming out, when you're on parasite M&G, nothing can stand that. It kills all the worms out of the body. So I'd have to tell you, if I had to say I agreed or disagreed, I'd have to say I disagree with them. Not through the iris, anyway. The one at the heart seemed long, like it was there maybe for years. She really pushed that parasites and worms feed on refined and natural sugars. Oh, man. You know, whoever you are, iridologist, sclerologist, hang up your badge. Go work at Walmart or something. You're telling people wrong information, and I don't appreciate it. She showed worms in people and did a pretty good job trying to get me off of fruit. Hang up your degree if you have one from anybody, and end your practice, because you're telling people totally wrong. This is, you want worms, they feed on protein. Most worms are protein feeders, proteolytics. I don't know what you're thinking about with refined sugars. That might be the fungal family because they're involved in fermentation. But natural sugar is essential. You learn your physiology. You got to have sugar. You got to have carbon, or your cells are a dead duck. So I don't know what she told you. Who is this Super Patty Lynn? Super Patty Lynn? I wouldn't go back. Don't let anybody confuse you. It's easy to understand this. Every cell requires a sugar. What do you think grizzly bears and all the bears load up on fat before they hibernate? Because during hibernation, the liver converts glycogen or fat into glucose. And glucose is essential, or fructose, to a cell. And that's essential. Why? Because that's carbon. Sugar is carbon chain constituents. And it's the carbon that we need, like a gasoline. It's carbon. And carbon and oxygen are essential for ATP. Now, ATP is adenosine triphosphate. Cell energy, essential. So when someone says, oh, don't eat natural sugars, they feed, these people are working with a few cards short of a full deck, or they didn't learn about how the body works, and they're a wannabe practitioner. And those are the worst kind. No offense to whoever this is. I'm not mentioning any names. I don't have any names. But anybody that tells you crap like that needs to get re-educated on the truth. So with this problem, I have the lymphatic issues, kidney, high blood pressure. Absolutely. Go after those kidneys now. And mucus in the head area. Yeah, clean detox. If you have the swinging blood pressure, remember it's up here in the cerebellum.